What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 781 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you solo dolo to get your week started off on the right foot, on the left foot, and stepping in the right and left and forward moving directions because it's Victory Monday. The Phils are gearing up for Red October, and the Union are that much closer to a Supporters Shield title here in 2025. Plus, we've got awards to hand out. We've got a huge announcement, which I'm very, very excited to bring to you guys. It's something that I've always dreamt of having happen on this show, and it's coming to fruition starting this week, so we'll get into it for sure. And I'm pumped. I'm so excited to just share all of this with you guys because it's stuff like this, again, that allows me to do awesome stuff and allows us to do awesome stuff, and I couldn't be more excited to announce it later on in the show. It's going to be an incredible announcement as I pull up our hit by pitch leaders here in 2025, because we've got to give out the 2025 Platinum Plunk Award here now that the Major League Baseball season has concluded. We will get to that for sure in just a bit. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're 35 followers on Twitter away from 4K. Let's make that happen like before Red October kicks off. We're oh so close. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're on every social platform at Underground PHI. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the pod, subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. Goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow, helps more people find Underground Sports Philadelphia and all of our podcasts here on the network. So leave those 5-star reviews on Apple and Spotify. Keep subscribing. We're gearing up for one of our most important times on our sports calendar here at the company. So the more you subscribe, the better off we'll be. So keep subscribing, share it with your friends. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. That is where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, every single week. Full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We are currently at 1,106 subscribers, so let's get to our next 100 subscriber milestone sooner rather than later. Keep subscribing. YouTube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. And guys, as you all know, this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland, and the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet Melissa Joan Hart. Yes, Sabrina the Teenage Witch will be in my city, so pop out. It's going to be amazing. Plus, fan favorite stars like Dan Parent, the legendary Archie's comic artist and writer, Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo, Splinter, and Baby Sinclair, and Keith Williams, the iconic comic book inker from Marvel and more. Comics, cosplay, collectibles, and over 6,000 fans. Visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Again, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th and Sunday, November 16th. Visit GSCF Vineland for all the details. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast.
Hello, I'm Mayor Anthony Fanucci. Violin, New Jersey offers both a great business location and an outstanding quality of life. But don't just take my word for it, the experts agree. We're proud to be recognized as a premier food processing and logistics hub, one of New Jersey's most affordable and desirable cities, and one of the best places to retire in the country. Visit violincity.org and see how our resources can work for you. Violin, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Eagles everywhere, it is indeed another Victory Monday here in 2025. We are celebrating an Eagles win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they get the job done by a final score of 31-25 down in Tampa. Jalen Hurts, 15 of 24, 130 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 62 yards on 9 carries on the ground, led the team in rushing. Dallas Goedert, 2 touchdowns receiving, 37 yards on 4 catches. Devontae Smith, 2 catches for 29 yards. A.J. Brown, 2 catches for 7 yards. The passing offense, I will get to. The running offense, Saquon Barkley, 19 carries for 43 yards. It was a game that I didn't get to watch live because I was down at Citizens Bank Park. I was following along as much as I could during the game, on my way to the game, getting updates from multiple people. Here's the thing. The Eagles won the football game, okay? The Eagles won yet another football game that I think 99.9% of people chalked this up as a loss when the schedule was released, when we found out who was home and who was away, and going into the season. We just admitted defeat because it was Tampa Bay, because since 2013, before today, the Eagles have one win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that was back in 2023 on Monday Night Football when Jalen Hurts had the flu. But the Eagles get a win, and while it was ugly, while so much needs to be cleaned up for this passing offense, for the rushing offense, you got to tip your cap to the special teams. They did everything possible to make sure that this was a victory. Sidney Brown with the blocked punt return for the touchdown. But it was indeed Cameron Latou who made the block happen, and then Sidney Brown brought it back for the touchdown. Quinyon Mitchell was fantastic in this game. Zach Bond was fantastic in this game. From everything I've been able to kind of catch up and debrief on, I really want to go back and watch this game in real time. And just see how everything played out. Cooper DeJean, 8 tackles in this game. Makuba had another great game. Jahad Campbell with a huge interception to really kind of like make sure, like, hey, this is our game. Moro Jomo with a huge sack in this game. Zach Bond also had a sack in this game. Hey, listen, not every win is going to be pretty. And we've talked about it time and time again that these games early in the season, because the team's not playing in the preseason, they're kind of figuring things out. Brand new offensive coordinator, kind of some new schemes, everything like that. It's going to take a little bit of time for this team to kind of get in a groove again. It took 4 games, almost 5 last year, for this team to find their groove and get going. I think it's a good grace period, and knowing that they are 4-0 after this grace period of, hey, no preseason, a tough schedule. This was a gauntlet September. To go Dallas at Kansas City, Rams at Tampa Bay, that is brutal. And the Eagles are 4-0. They're one of 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL, along with the Buffalo Bills. That's pretty good if you ask me. I mean, the offense clearly needs to figure a lot of things out in the deep passing game, moving the ball up and down the field. The run blocking needs to be exponentially better, and that has been a 4-week thing. Mekhi Becton leaving in free agency should not be the end-all be-all to your run blocking scheme. I know guys are banged up. I know Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens have had injuries. I know Lane Johnson missed a good portion of that game against the Rams. You still got to be better run blocking for a guy like Saquon Barkley. The fact that Saquon right now, after this game, is sitting with 237 yards on the year is kind of crazy. He's got a touchdown in every game except the Rams game, which is nice, but you got to be better using him with the football. He's got 77 rushing attempts for 237 yards. He's averaging 3.1 yards per carry. He's got to be better. The run blocking has to be far better, and a lot of the play calling just needs to improve. And this is not me bashing the Eagles, because you guys know we are very much glass half full than half empty. Like the glass is not even close to empty in this house. But we can be critical and say it's amazing that the Eagles won, but they also need to clean some things up at the same time. Jordan Mailata said it. He said, we know we got to clean some things up, but we're going to celebrate this win. This is a good win. We played a good football team. Tampa Bay, they don't stink. We know how hard it is to come down to Tampa Bay and win these football games here because we don't do it often. So this is a great win for this team. I think this is a huge stepping stone win for this team because so many people, myself included, going into the year, I chalk this up as a loss. So many people have had this team at 2-2, at 3-1. Bozos on national TV had this team at 1-3. They're 4-0, and they're still not playing their best football yet. They're getting contributions from unlikely heroes, which is amazing, and you need that to be successful at the NFL level. You need big-time plays from lesser players, for lack of a better term, not your superstars. Like today, Sidney Brown stepping up. Like we had Jordan Davis, who is a star in my opinion, but an unlikely candidate to go and run a touchdown, as I hit my knee on my desk here. So if you're watching on YouTube, that was the shaking, rattling, and rolling there. But they've had big-time plays from players that you wouldn't traditionally think were going to step up and make plays for them. So at the end of the day, this is a great win for this team. This is a stepping stone win, and Nick Sirianni, I think, said it best in his locker room speech that the Eagles put out every single week. This was a good win, but we're not going to let good get in the way of being great. I love that quote. It's a phenomenal quote, and I think a lot more people need to keep that in the back of their minds just in everyday life. Don't let good get in the way of you being great. And that's what the Eagles are doing right now. They're 4-0, and they're still not playing their best ball, but they're having great contributions from the most unlikely of candidates. And at the end of the day, that's what helps you win at elite levels in the NFL. So I'm going to celebrate Victory Monday. You should celebrate Victory Monday. And there's no better way to celebrate Victory Monday than with our friends at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware, Pittsburgh, and Maryland areas. You can also find Kenwood Beer at your local liquor stores in those markets, your local grocery stores, convenience stores, etc. Wherever they carry beer, you can find Kenwood Beer there. Use the Kenny Finder to see who's got it. Again, that's kenwoodbeer.com. Must be 21 or older to do so. And as always, guys, please celebrate Victory Monday responsibly. Kenwood Beer Victory Monday, 4 in a row for this team. And there's a lot to improve upon. And I just want everyone to realize there's going to be some dumb shit said this week on the local radio stations. There's going to be some dumb shit said on social media by a lot of people. AJ Brown putting out the cryptic song lyric tweet, and people are going to twist that. They're going to misconstrue that. And I just want everyone to be prepared for it, because that's what those stations do. They're trying to create content from Chuck and Mount Airy, Butch and Manayunk, and all of these places to do the content for them rather than being original and just talking about the teams that they get paid to do. Okay? Don't feed into it. Ignore them. Subscribe to this show because we have an awesome guest coming on the next episode of the pod and for the foreseeable future. They are going to be a kind of mainstay on the show for hopefully the remainder of football season. That's going to be my hope. Fingers crossed. But for the foreseeable future, our guest that we have is going to be awesome, and I'll bring that up in just a little bit. But back to the Eagles. They need to clean things up in the passing game. You need to get Devontae more involved. You can't force feed A.J. Brown. Like, the route has to be there. The open – I know A.J. Brown is always open. Like, I get that. But when he's being double covered, when he's being, the marked man by a defense, you need to get the ball to other people to keep the defense honest and get A.J. open that way. And then it will come. But you need to get Devontae more involved. You need to get A.J. more involved. You need to get Jahan Dotson more involved. You need the wide receivers to be involved in the passing game a lot more than they have through the first 4 weeks of the season. It will come, okay? We will be sitting here probably week 6, week 7, week 8, right before the bye, and we're going to be talking about A.J. and Devontae popping off and having big games. It will come. But I need Kevin Patullo and the offensive staff to really, figure some things out with the passing game involving the wide receivers and getting them involved because they're way too fucking talented to not be utilizing them. The defense was unbelievable. Again, like I mentioned, Moro Jomo, that's my guy. I'm so proud of him. He continues to step up and take big steps forward. With Milton Williams moving on to the Patriots and free agency, I was excited about what Moro was going to be able to do and step up in a huge spot for this team. He's going to be that Milton Williams piece for this team this year. And for him to step up, get that huge sack, and push the Buccaneers back to really, put the game on ice to a degree was huge. Zach Bond did a little bit of everything in this game for the Birds. Quinyon Mitchell was fantastic. Cooper DeJean did his thing. And the defense just continued to dazzle, and that's been a huge part of why this team is successful. The defense has really stepped up in so many ways, and they are a huge part of why this team is going to go potentially back to the Super Bowl. In my opinion, they have everything in their power to get back to the Super Bowl. It's just a matter of execution and really opening things back up on offense, and I think that will come. The defense, you can't get them gassed, but when they are locked in, they are a top 5 defense in the NFL, bare minimum. They are incredible. I've been super thrilled with what I've seen from most of the defense. They still need a second corner that's going to be a lot better than Keely Ringo, and I love Keely. I want him to be successful so badly. But they need another corner opposite of Quinyon Mitchell because Adoree Jackson has not been it. Jacorian Bennett's on IR, and Keely Ringo was kind of getting cooked from everything I was picking up today. I'll have to go back and watch the game, obviously, because I wasn't able to. But nonetheless, the Eagles win. Special teams was on fire, and I know everyone was, bitching and moaning when it happened, but Braden Mann taking that safety to run out the clock was huge. That way, you don't have to worry about a punt return. Game is over. You concede the 2 points. It's fine. Smart move. That's a big time, use your brain move there by Braden Mann and the special teams and Michael Clay. Which, Michael Clay, let's talk about him for a second. He's entering Jeff Stoutland territory where you just give him whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. The way that man has adjusted over the past couple of seasons from where he was to where they are now for the special teams is nothing short of impressive. He has been awesome, and you got to do whatever you can to just make sure he doesn't go anywhere. He has to be an Eagles coach for life. That guy knows special teams. Jake Elliott was kicking knuckleballs today the Rams kicker was. Josh Carty against us. Jake Elliott was doing that today. For him to pick up on that in a week is so impressive. Michael Clay needs to be an Eagles coach for life. So another big win for the Birds. They're 4-0. Clap it up. And I feel good about where this team is going. Moving forward, a lot to clean up, obviously, but this team has so much promise. They're so young on defense. They're one of the youngest teams overall in the NFL, and they're doing things like this week in and week out and finding ways to win, getting generational stink off of them. Going down to Tampa and winning is a huge deal for this franchise, and that is a big-time win for this team because now not only do you have the tiebreaker over the Rams, you have a tiebreaker over Tampa Bay, which could come into fruition down the stretch when the NFC playoff picture is trying to take shape. To have those two tiebreakers in hand are huge. The last one, I think, obviously is going to be the Packers, and handling that business on Monday Night Football in November. But right now you have two massive tiebreakers in your back pocket with the LA Rams win in Week 3 and now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win here in Week 4. So kudos to the Eagles for getting that done. And let's go around the NFL, everyone. Let's go around the NFL. A lot of games have happened. Obviously, we still have Monday Night Football. I believe it's a doubleheader. Yes, we have a doubleheader Monday Night Football upcoming. But as we go around the NFL, Thursday Night Football, the Seahawks survive and take down the Arizona Cardinals 23-20 in the desert. The Steelers hold on in Dublin and get a win 24-21 against Carson Wentz and the Vikings. The Falcons with a huge win against the Commanders, 34-27 down in the ATL. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo, and the Giants take down Twitter's favorite quarterback, Justin Herbert, and the Chargers 21-18. But the Giants do lose Malik Neighbors, tore his ACL. He's done for the season. The Texans blank the Titans 26-0. The Eagles burn the boats and win 31-25 against the Buccaneers. The Patriots decimate the Carolina Panthers 42-13. They had a punt return for a touchdown. The Bills continue to win as they continue to just play games at home, 31-19 against the Saints. The Lions embarrass the Browns, who everyone was high on after that performance against the Packers. They beat the Browns 34-10 in Detroit. The frisky Jaguars. The Jags are frisky, everyone. 26-21. They go out to San Francisco and beat the 49ers. 26-21. That's a big-time statement win for Liam Cohen and the Jaguars. The Rams take down the Colts 27-20. That was unfortunate. The Bears hold on and find a way to win. They get a blocked field goal attempt at the end of that game to seal the deal against the Raiders, 25-24. The Chiefs embarrass the Ravens at Arrowhead, 37-20. Lamar Jackson left that game with an injury to his hamstring. Hopefully he's okay. And then Sunday Night Football, just got done watching it. The Packers and the Cowboys in Jerry World tie. They tied in overtime, 40-40. They should have had them run that back for another 10-minute quarter. That game, as dumb and stupid as most of it was so entertaining. I couldn't get enough of it. And the fact that people were calling the Packers the biggest competition to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC is downright laughable at this moment in time. It's still the Rams, in my opinion. Because the Packers just, they shot themselves in the foot time and time again in this game. It was ugly. Kudos to the Cowboys. They did their thing, but Packers still have never lost at Jerry World. They've tied. But they have never lost at Jerry World. Just an ugly, gross game. Such poor clock management by Matt LaFleur and company. I was genuinely stunned by how piss poor they handled that game down the stretch. And then Monday Night Football doubleheader. We got the Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins will be rocking their rivalries uniforms. And then we've got the Bengals and the Broncos. That game is going to be absolutely gross. But looking at the NFL and looking at the standings, the Eagles 4-0, top of the NFC East, 108 points for, 88 points against. The Commanders 2-2, 107 points for, 91 points against. The Cowboys 114 points for, 132 points against. They're 1-2-1. The Giants are 1-3, 73 points for, 101 points against. Everyone in the NFC West is 3-1 except the Cardinals. Impressive. Impressive indeed. But the Eagles survive in Tampa Bay. They get a huge win, a much-needed win. And I'm feeling good about it. But around the NFL, they are brought to you by our friends over at FOCO. Guys, I'm wearing my shortalls right now for Red October. I was rocking them at Citizens Bank Park today. I think I got the most compliments on these shortalls here that I've gotten since I've ordered them. Shout out to Garrett Stubbs, because these are Garrett Stubbs special. These shortalls are so comfortable. They are prime for this part of Red October. You can get yours. You can get Eagles overalls and shortalls. You can get everything you need to gear up for the Birds, the Phils, and more. Your favorite sports teams, all available from our friends at FOCO. Use our link in the description. Shop with FOCO. Gear up for Red October. Gear up for the Birds. Gear up for both, quite frankly. Check out all of the collectibles, all of the apparel that FOCO has to offer. Use our link in the description. Shop with FOCO. And we thank FOCO for being a proud partner here of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Tonight as well, during halftime of Sunday Night Football, we got the announcement of who will be performing at halftime of Super Bowl 60. And it is none other than Bad Bunny. Now, let me tell y'all, I am stoked for this halftime show. You guys know last year I was pumped with Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick's my guy. I've been a Kendrick Lamar fan since 2011. Been on the Kendrick train for a long time. Bad Bunny, I'm a huge fan of as well. And the fact that he's performing at halftime is going to be generational. The ones that get it. And the ones that don't, or they gonna fuck around and find out. Bad Bunny puts on, he is on my top of my list to see live. And, here's the thing. You don't need to speak Spanish to understand what Bad Bunny is doing on stage. You just need to speak music. Speak lyrics. Understand lyrics. Understand the passion that comes from lyrics. And you'll understand Bad Bunny. He is a generational icon. And he is going to put on one of the best performances we have ever seen from a Super Bowl halftime performer in our lifetimes, and potentially of all time. And I wouldn't put it past him that it's going to be all time, because he is going to make a statement. He's going to put on a show. And if you watched any bit of his residency in Puerto Rico, my goodness, that guy is a legend. And anything he touches turns to gold. And the fact that he's performing the Super Bowl halftime show is just simply iconic for where we are right now in the world, for what Bad Bunny stands for. And his music is just a magical reflection of just his upbringing. It's very Kendrick-esque. Like, Kendrick raps about real life shit. Like, Kendrick doesn't rap about phony stuff. He speaks from the heart. Bad Bunny does the same thing, and it's just in Spanish. Bad Bunny sings from the heart. He raps from the heart. He talks about real shit, and he is the fucking man, and I'm so excited that he's the halftime show. Like, we are getting incredible halftime shows lately, and I'm genuinely blanking on who was in between Rihanna and Kendrick because the Eagles were not in that Super Bowl. So it was like very. Oh, it was Usher. That's right. Like in this era, like 2020, the 2020s, we've had some pretty awesome halftime shows. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, who also brought out Bad Bunny, J Balvin, and Emmy Muniz at Super Bowl, what was that, 44? And then Super Bowl 45, The Weeknd. That was incredible. Super Bowl 46, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, Anderson .Paak. And then we had 57, Rihanna, obviously in Arizona. And then we had Usher, Alicia Keys, Jermaine Dupri, Her, will.i.am, Lil Jon, Ludacris, Sonic Boom of the South. And then last year, Kendrick Lamar, Samuel L. Jackson, SZA, Serena Williams, and Mustard. And now we got Bad Bunny. These have been some awesome halftime shows, let me tell you. And Bad Bunny performing this year is going to feed generations. I'm so pumped. The ones that get it, get it. The ones that don't, you about to find out. Because Bad Bunny is that guy. And it's sick. I'm so stoked. I'm so pumped for Bad Bunny. So pumped. I need all of the Bad Bunny stans. I need the Bad Bunny fan base to let me know your best predictions for what the set list is going to look like. Leave it in the YouTube comment section. Leave it on the voicemail line, speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. Tweet at me. I want to know the predictions for the Bad Bunny set list for the Super Bowl halftime show. Because, like, once they announced that it was official, up until right now, I have not been able to turn Bad Bunny off my phone. And that's he's in my rotation. I listen to Bad Bunny all the time. That's like summertime vibes. And I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. The different drops that he's going to put in, the pops that so many different songs are going to get, it's going to be excelente. And I cannot wait. Shout out Bad Bunny, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Before we get into our big announcement, I want to talk to you guys about our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. PHI Apparel Company, they're the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. There's no better place to gear up for your favorite sports teams than with PHI Apparel Company. With their unique designs for all, there is no doubt in my mind, in their mind, and in the whole world's mind that you will stand out in the crowd. Whether you're going to the bank for Red October, gearing up for the Birds, going and tailgating in the M-Lot, going to the Link, gearing up for the Sixers and Flyers, and going over to Xfinity Mobile Arena, going down to the Sub to watch the Union, or you're just kicking it with your friends, heading to a bar, and you want to look styling and profiling, PHI Apparel Company is the place to do it. Use the link in the description or go to phiapparel.co, and when you go to checkout, use code UNDERGROUND. You get 10% off any and all merch orders, including official Underground Sports Philadelphia merch. So, go to phiapparel.co, use code UNDERGROUND, get 10% off your next merch order, and stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big announcement. I teased it on the tweet machine, and let me tell you, when you get a DM from someone that you have respect out of the cosmos for, when you get a message from someone reaching out to you saying they want to provide their time, their efforts to come on your show, and you respect them the way that I respect this person, you welcome them with open arms. You don't hesitate to say yes. This person is someone who over the years has become a very good friend of mine. I consider them a very good friend. They are one of my favorite follows on social media. They know their shit about the Birds, about the Phils, about the Sixers, about Philadelphia in general. And he has one of the most iconic stories and ways of meeting his now wife. It's one of my favorite stories in Philadelphia sports fandom lore. And if you haven't guessed it yet, joining us for the foreseeable future on a weekly basis here on Underground Sports Philadelphia's airwaves is none other than my good friend, Seamus Clancy. Seamus and I have been following each other on Twitter for quite some time. He is somebody I have an unbelievable amount of respect for, someone who has just like gone about the sports media world the right way. He is truly a one of one. And the fact that I'm going to be able to share weekly sit-downs with Seamus to talk about the Birds, talk about Red October, talk a little Sixers basketball as well, with his extensive knowledge, with his connections, with his just rapport with the Philadelphia sports fandom community is amazing. I'm so excited to welcome him into the Underground family. And my hope, my goal is to have Seamus on like throughout the rest of Eagles season, or as long as he wants to be on. So it'll be weekly spots here on the show. It will typically, I would assume, be on Thursday's episode than when you guys are listening. So we'll record throughout the week. It'll pop on Thursday's episode each and every week, which like Thursdays with Seamus is going to be spicy. I can't wait. And this is like something I've wanted to do in this era of the show for a long time. You know, when he's available, Harrison obviously hops on and co-hosts the show. You know, we've had, you know, the generational run that we had with the core four, including myself, and then a lot of time in between. It's been a lot of me hosting this show by myself. And I've thought, you know, how can I enhance the show where you guys don't get tired of my voice, where you don't get tired of my just kind of, you know, one-dimensional side of takes on all of our teams. And I've been trying to find ways to, like, reach out to people that I respect in this industry, that I have a ton of, you know, admiration for, and seeing if they would do, you know, a couple of pop-up hits, be a guest on one episode. I don't want to – I hate – thinking I'm taking up people's time because they have so much bigger things on their plate. But the fact that like Seamus hit me up and said, hey, let's do this is beyond exciting. It means a lot to me that Seamus respects this platform, that he wants to hop on here and chop it up with your boy. And it's funny because I texted him back and I said, you know, I was like probably a day away from doing the same thing and reaching out to him and saying, hey, would you ever want to pop on the show? So I'm very excited to welcome Seamus Clancy onto Underground Sports Philadelphia for weekly spots. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I hope you guys tune in. And to anybody that's coming in that follows Seamus that may not know Underground Sports Philadelphia, welcome. We like to have fun here. We like to celebrate our teams while we do get critical when it needs to happen. We're not the hate-mongering. We're not the woe is me. We're not the finding ways to nitpick our teams. We enjoy the fun. We enjoy the ride. And I'm excited to welcome, you know, Seamus's followers from all of his walks through Philly sports media along the way that will be tuning in. And hopefully this is just another stepping stone here for the show, and welcoming Seamus into the Underground family for as long as he wants to to pop up and do weekly spots with us, I am willing to have Seamus on this show. I respect the ever-living fuck out of that guy. And he's truly, like, always treated me the best. And it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. So gear up. Thursdays, Seamus Clancy on Underground Sports Philadelphia typically. And if anything changes, we'll obviously let you know on the socials if it'll be on a Monday episode or what have you. But this Thursday, Seamus Clancy makes his first appearance on Underground Sports Philadelphia. Let's fucking go. I've been like chomping at the bit to like put that out. I think I've only told 2 people. And one of them is my mom. One of them is my mom. And I think I told Casey, who hosts Underground Circuit here at Underground. So, like, it's 2 people that have known this whole time. Now you all know. So I'm pumped. So, Seamus Clancy on Thursday, weekly appearances. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing here. The Phils. Let's switch to the baseball diamond. The Fightin' Phils, they win their final regular season series of the season. They continue to get incrementally better under Rob Thompson year over year. Gain another win in the win column here. So every year under Topper, they've finished the year with a better record due to a Nick Castellanos walk-off hit in the bottom of the 10th inning at Citizens Bank Park this afternoon with myself and CFO Margie in attendance. It was quite the game. It was a battle, it was a slugfest. It was low scoring, 2-1 final score, but it was your unlikely heroes that capped the game off. And it was Orion Kerkering getting out of the top of the 10th with the ghost runner on second, where he has struggled with runners on base. It was Max Kepler hitting a home run to make it a 1-1 ball game. And it was Nick Castellanos, who everyone has attempted to take a collective shit on over the past month and a half, 2 months or so. And he delivers. They'll never make me hate Nick Castellanos. We love the Castellanos family here for a multitude of reasons. And Nick getting it done in game 162 was just so sick, so sweet. Felt so good to watch it in person. I couldn't be happier for him, and you could just see it on his face how happy he was to win the game there, send the Phils into the bye week with just positive vibes and gearing up for a Red October that hopefully will be one for the history books here in Philadelphia. But the Phils, 96-win season. I am someone who will always appreciate a regular season, especially in baseball, with how difficult things can be throughout a regular season. It can get tough. It can get tough throughout a regular season. And the fact that the Phils, overcame a lot this year. They overcame a ton. And it's pretty awesome to see them go through and step up in such a big way this year. With Zach Wheeler going out, with guys like Aaron Nola dealing with injury this year, with guys like Trey Turner dealing with injury this year, Harper dealing with injury, Marsh going over April, Alec Boehm with his injuries and his slump to start the season, and to see this team collectively come together and finish the way that they did was so sick. And this team, they just have a lot of good around them right now, and the bye week here, their preparation is going to be so important, obviously. And I think one of the coolest things that the Phillies are doing this year is they are opening the intra-squad game to the public. It's going to be open to the public. Your boy will be there with CFO Margie. on Wednesday at 6 p.m. $10 tickets and free parking. That's how you do it. And before I keep talking about this, because this is deserving of it, I want to give my tip of the cap here. And my tip of the cap goes to the entire Phillies organization, top to bottom, front office, John Middleton, the players, Topper, Dombrowski, the staff at Citizens Bank Park. Fan Appreciation Day was awesome. And my tip of the cap is brought to you by our friends over at 47. 47, guys, I am always wearing 47 brand hats. This hat right here, this little number, that's 47. My Red October number right here, this bad boy, oh, look, 47. You will catch me wearing a 47 brand hat all the time. It's my go-to headwear of choice. It's the most comfortable hat on the planet. Their apparel is second to none. And quite frankly, I love good, like, what feels vintage, what feels throwback, nostalgic. That's how 47 fits. It's not like jumbo on your head. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. 47 is the most comfortable hat I've ever worn. They have all different unique styles. I love the hitch style. The rope hitch style are my go-tos. I absolutely love the way they fit on my head. I love the way they look, just, aesthetically. And 47 is the place to go. So use our link in the description. Shop with 47. Gear up for Red October. Gear up for the Birds, the Sixers, the Flyers. You can get WNBA gear. You can get NASCAR gear, and so much more. Use our link in the description. Sign up. Join the 47 family. When you go to their website, it's free to join. It's their rewards program. You earn points when you make purchases, and then you get free things. And if it's free, it's from me. So use our link in the description. Join the 47 family. Get free shipping on all orders when you join the 47 family. And we thank 47 for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Yeah, my tip of the cap goes to the Phillies organization. Fan Appreciation Day was amazing. The giveaways that they had throughout the game were incredible. And it was just a perfect send-off into the bye week for Red October to get that win the way that we did. And, I just love going to Citizens Bank Park, man. I'll be there on Wednesday for the intra-squad game. That is how you do it. Get these guys in front of, like, a rowdy, raucous environment, even though it's going to be Phillies versus Phillies. Have that place packed out. I saw Matt Gelb tweeted they've sold 18,000 tickets for it, and they're thinking about opening up the upper level. Do it. Sell the place out for the intra-squad game. Do you know how special that would be? How awesome that would be? To have 40,000 plus fans at Citizens Bank Park on a Wednesday night when the Phillies are not playing an actual game. They're playing against themselves. It would be so awesome. And then I'll be there on Saturday for game 1 of the NLDS against whomever it may be, but you know who it's not going to be. It's not going to be the New York Mets. We'll get into that in a little bit, but this was my last season ticket game of 2025 for the regular season with CFO Margie. It's the investment we made in the season tickets was so smart by us. But it's truly something I cherish. It's one of the coolest things I get to do with my mom for the most part. My sister will go on Mother's Day. Typically, my sister and I, over the past couple of years, will go to a game together as well. I'll go with my dad on Father's Day. My mom and dad will take a game as well. But for the most part, it's me and my mom that go, and it's our opportunity to, like, spend time together and enjoy something we both love very, very much, and that's our Philadelphia Phillies. And it's time that I never take for granted. It's so much fun just, like, seeing the amount of joy that a baseball team brings my mom and brings to me, and that shared bond we have with something like a sports franchise is something I hold so close to me, and I never take for granted an opportunity I get to go to Citizens Bank Park with her. It's always so much fun. Like, The amount of fun her and I have just, laughing, cracking jokes, watching the boys win, even when they lose, the rare occurrences there, like we still have the time of our lives. And we've been Sunday season ticket holders since 2023. So our third season with them, and it was so much fun. It's just so much fun, and like as juiced up as I am for Red October. Like you guys know how I get. I'm just like, I have a back of my brain, like mental clock, like ready for that first season ticket game. Because I just enjoy my time at the ballpark with my mom. We just bond so much, and like I'm so busy, like running this company, doing my broadcast job, and when it's that time of the year, I'm photographing musicals, and it's a lot of time that like I'm away. I'm out on the road on the summer for PLL, so like to have that given day of Sunday kind of be known like throughout the year, like, hey, there's gonna be at least 10 to 12 times I get to kick it with my mom at a baseball game, is super special, and it's something that like I genuinely like love and look forward to. And today was another one for the books that we got to just enjoy. Our season ticket record was 8-6, so we finished with a winning record, which was awesome. But yeah, Phil's win. CFO Margie was thrilled. I'm working on getting all the videos out. I'm catching up ever so slowly, but catching up. I'm going to do a better job next year, I promise, of getting those out on time, figuring out the best way to do it. But the Phils win the final series of the regular season, dramatic fashion. And on top of that, guys, we have some awards to give out. Some awards to give out here. The Platinum Plunk Awards and the run differentials need to be discussed. We'll start with the run differentials. Excuse me. We'll start in the NL East. The Philadelphia Phillies finished 96-66 in first place. 778 runs scored. 648 runs against for a plus 130 run differential. The New York Mets, who missed the playoffs, finished 83-79, 13 games back of the Phillies. Scored 766 runs, surrendered 715 for a plus 51. The Miami Marlins finished in third place at 79-83. They scored 709 runs, but they surrendered 798 for a minus 89 on the season. The Atlanta Braves finished 76-86, scored 724 runs, surrendered 734. And the Washington Nationals finished in last place, 687 runs scored, 899 runs against for a minus 212 run differential. The Milwaukee Brewers finished with a plus 172 run differential. They scored the second most runs in the National League this year with 806. The Cubs, who are also in the postseason, have a plus 144 run differential. And the Cincinnati Reds, who are also in the postseason, have a plus 35 run differential. The Dodgers scored the most runs in the National League this year with 825. They finished with a plus 142 run differential. The Padres, who also make the playoffs as a wild card, finished with a plus 81 run differential. The San Francisco Giants finished at plus 21. The Diamondbacks finished at plus 6. And the Colorado Rockies finished with a minus 424 run differential. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in my cognizant lifetime, we had a team surrender 1,000 or more runs. And it was the Colorado Rockies. Only 2 times this has happened in my lifetime were in 1996 and in 1999. It was the Detroit Tigers and the Colorado Rockies, respectively. The Rockies surrender 1,021 runs on the year. First time this millennium, this century, this whatever it's called. Crazy. 1,021 runs. The next closest were the Nationals at 899, I believe. Yes. We move to the American League. The Blue Jays finish in first place in the AL East, finish with a plus 77. The Yankees, who are a wild card, finish at plus 164. The Red Sox, who are a wild card, finish at plus 110. Tampa Bay finishes at plus 31, and the Orioles finish at minus 111. The Cleveland Guardians win the American League Central with a negative run differential, a minus 6 run differential, and they win the division. They take it away from the Tigers on the last day of the season. The Tigers choke away the American League Central title. They will be a wild card. They will see the Cleveland Guardians in the wild card round. They finish with a plus 67 run differential. The Royals finish with a plus 14. The Twins finish with a minus 95. And the White Sox finish with a minus 95 run differential as well. The Seattle Mariners, who are in the playoffs, they win their division. They finish with a plus 72 run differential. The Astros, who missed the playoffs, finish with a plus 21 run differential. The Texas Rangers finish with a plus 79 run differential. The Athletics finish at a minus 84. And the Los Angeles Angels finish in last place in the AL West with a minus 164 run differential. So those are your final run differentials for the 2025 season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we head on over to the Platinum Plunk, the final tally here of the Platinum Plunk standings. This is massive. This is a runaway in terms of length of holding on to the title. And we have a back-to-back winner. Last year in the American League, it was Randy Arozarena. This year in the American League, it is Randy Arozarena. He leads Major League Baseball in 2025 with hit by pitches at 27. And the National League leader this year is Wilson Contreras from the St. Louis Cardinals at 23. Your Philadelphia Phillies leader at the end of the season, when it's all said and done, your hit by pitch leader for the Philadelphia Phillies, he was your season-long leader from the start until the finish. Kyle Schwarber with 11 hit by pitches on the year, followed by JT Realmuto, who finishes with 9. Otto Kemp, who broke a Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs record for most hit by pitches in a season, finishes with 7, and third place on the Phillies this year. Bryce Harper finishes with 6. Trey Turner and Alec Boehm with 5. Max Kepler with 4. Nick Castellanos with 4. Harrison Bader with 4. Edmundo Sosa with 2. Bryson Stott with 1. Weston Wilson with 1. Rafael Marchand with 1. And Brandon Marsh goes hit by pitchless. He was not hit by a single pitch this season. Nor was Johan Rojas, Donovan Walton, Buddy Kennedy, Cal Stevenson, Cody Clemens, or Garrett Stubbs, all while wearing a Phillies uniform. I don't think Cody was hit by a pitch all year regardless. In 2020, I stand corrected. He was hit by 5 pitches with the Minnesota Twins, but nonetheless, Kyle Schwarber, your Phillies leader. Randy Arozarena, your Major League leader. Wilson Contreras, your National League leader. And your hit-by-pitch leader, by 1 in 2025. I thought it was going to be table-to-table finish just like Schwarber. But the Seattle Mariners overtake the Minnesota Twins by 1 and finish the year with 89 hit-by-pitches as a team on the season. The Twins and Cardinals finished tied for second with 88. The Angels and Mets both hit by 87. The Diamondbacks hit by 81. The Orioles hit by 75. The Red Sox 72. The Brewers 70. The Astros and the Royals both hit by 69. Nice. The Tigers and the Giants and the Blue Jays hit by 65. 64 was your league average. The Rangers were hit by 61. The Phillies were hit by 60. The Guardians by 59. The Padres and Nationals were hit by 57 pitches as a team. The Los Angeles Dodgers were hit by 56. The Yankees by 55. Pirates 54. Marlins 53. Braves 51. Reds 51. White Sox 49. Rockies 48. Cubs 46. Tampa Bay Rays 46. And the least hit by pitch team this year, the Athletics with 44. So your Platinum Plunk final end-of-year season winners. Randy Arozarena for the Major League Baseball and American League title. Wilson Contreras, the National League title. Kyle Schwarber, your Philadelphia Phillies title. And the Seattle Mariners walk away victorious here at the end of the season with 89 hit by pitches as a team. Your 2025 Platinum Plunk Award winners. Bravo for taking them for the team. Well done. The Minnesota Twins get eked out, man. I thought they were going to rally it. Every month they were winning. Non-stop. Good for the Mariners, man. Good for the Mariners. Maybe that's why they got in the playoffs. Who knows? Mariners, only team in the top 5 to get into the playoffs that were hit by pitches leaders. Pretty fascinating. So those are your Platinum Plunk and run differentials there. The wild card round is set. We're about to get real wild. Real wild. The bracket is set. The times are set. And it's going to be one hell of a postseason. So we have, in the American League, the Guardians and the Tigers, the Yankees and the Red Sox. The winner of Guardians-Tigers will play the Mariners. The winner of Yankees-Red Sox will play the Blue Jays. And in the National League, it is the Dodgers and the Reds, the Cubs and the Padres. The winner of Dodgers-Reds will play the Phillies. And the winner of Cubs-Padres will play the Brewers. Your times are announced here. Tuesday. Everything gets started on Tuesday. Tigers at Guardians, 1:08 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. Padres at Cubs, 3:08 Eastern Time on ABC. Red Sox at Yankees, 6:08 p.m. on ESPN. And then Reds at Dodgers, 9:08 Eastern on ESPN. Same times, same channels for all of those games on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, same thing, but things could get changed depending on how many games potentially have to be played for a Game 3. And then all of the teams that have a bye, the Phillies, Blue Jays, Brewers, and Mariners, await the winners of the wild card round. And yes, I said the Reds because the Mets choked it away. They choked it away, everyone. The Mets choked away their playoff spot, which they had a grasp on pretty much since April 5th. They had the best record in baseball on June 12th, and they choked it away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll, and choked it away. The Mets choked it away, yeah. The Reds had the tiebreaker. The Mets choked it away. And the Mets do not make the postseason with their $339 million payroll. With Juan Soto, with Pete Alonso, Edwin Diaz, Francisco Lindor, Brandon Nimmo, Mark Vientos, Kodai Senga. Ready, everyone? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Meet the Mets, Step right up and meet the Mets. If you step up, you might end up choking away your chance to meet the Mets. Oh, what a generational choke job. At least the Tigers, even though they choked away the division, at least they made the playoffs. The Mets didn't even make the playoffs. Tyler Phillips closes it out for the Marlins, too. How fitting. The Phillies fan at heart shuts it down and prevents the Mets from going to the postseason. What a fucking fraudulent franchise. Unbelievable. Absolutely hysterical. Every team that people at this company root for are going to the postseason in Major League Baseball, except for Stephen McAvoy's Mets. Ah! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so funny to me. The Mets fucking suck. They are the biggest fraudulent franchise ever. So it'll be the Dodgers and it'll be the Reds. It's going to be an interesting series that we will be paying attention to out on the West Coast. Padres-Cubs is going to be a bloodbath. Those two teams are so similar. It's going to be so fun. Something tells me the Padres are going to win, but I don't know. You never know. And then the American League is the most toxic wild card I've ever seen. Two division rivals going at it. Guardians, Tigers after that collapsed by the Tigers. Now they got to turn around and go to Cleveland and play in a 3-game series. And then Yankees, Red Sox in the wild card. Good grief. In the Bronx. Good grief. I love playoff baseball. Playoff baseball is the best. The fact that we're going to have baseball on all day on Wednesday and Tuesday is just chefskiss.gif. Chefskiss.gif. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. Red October's here. Let's go. Let's win the fucking thing, man. Let's go. Wild card round's going to be crazy. Crazy. I'm so excited. Last bit here before I get up on out of here and let you guys get your day started in the proper direction. I want to talk to you guys about our friends over at Bino. Bino are the leaders in the next big tabletop gaming experience. Whether you break it out at a tailgate, kicking it at a party, your man cave, your she shed, Bino is it. It's paper football meets foosball for the next big tabletop gaming experience. Use our link in the description. Shop with Bino. Get your officially licensed Philadelphia Union boards. Get their limited edition boards. They got a magic carpet board that's absolutely gorgeous. They just dropped a brand new limited edition board too that I'm blanking on what they're calling it, but it's like a snake and it looks so sick. Let me find it here. The Red Python looks absolutely amazing. The Bino Classic is gorgeous. They just dropped a bunch of new Bino bands as well to put around your board. Bino's the best. Shop their website. Use our link in the description to shop with Bino. And when you go to checkout, use code BinoBennett62 to get 10% off your next order from our friends at Bino. So again, use our link in the description. Shop with our friends at Bino and get 10% off your next order when you use code BinoBennett62 at checkout. And we thank Bino for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Union went full-blown into my gut check mode and did the damn thing. They did the damn thing. I was thrilled to see the way that they performed. They win 6-0 at DC, a team that they absolutely should have mollywopped, and they absolutely mollywopped. And I was thrilled to see that they are allegedly listening to the podcast. Because I gut checked them before the New England game, and now in the two games that I said, hey, look yourself in the mirror, Go out and win these games after the embarrassing performances you had against Vancouver and in Nashville in the U.S. Open Cup. Go win these games, get the supporter shield, and close out the season on a high note. They did just that. They've got one more home game that I will hopefully be at. I'll be at NLDS Game 1 first. But right now the Union are 4 points clear of Cincinnati, and they are 6 points clear of San Diego and Vancouver for the supporter shield. That is huge. Okay? With 2 games to go, they are all eyes on that supporter shield. I think it's very doable for this team. They have been the best. Cincinnati played to a draw with Orlando City, so that's why they only picked up 1 point there. But huge victory for the Union. 6-0 against an inferior team. You had goals from Bruno Damiani. William Connor Antley scored an own goal in the 34th minute for DC. Indiana Vasilev scored 2 goals in the 36th and 50th minutes. Milan Olaski scored in the 49th minute. And Mikhail Ure, 62nd minute, gets it done. And the Union win. And then their next game against New York City FC on Saturday at 7:30. So we got a Philadelphia doubleheader on Saturday. And then they close out against Charlotte before the postseason starts. But right now, it's looking real good that the Union are going to wind up with the supporter shield. And that's awesome. That's a trophy. It's another trophy for this team. It would be the second supporter shield in 5 years. 63 points. They're the only team in MLS right now with 60 or more. They've been fantastic. And now it's time to get it done in the playoffs too, which, you know, you're going to be playing the winner of Chicago and Columbus more than likely, because those are your 8 and 9 seed in the wild card type flow. Let's make some noise with the boys down at the Soup. You know, they deserve as much love as we give to the Eagles, as we give to the Phillies, the Flyers, the Sixers. They are a good organization in terms of talented play. They're always in the mix. Last year was kind of an anomaly, and they win one of their last 2 games. They're going to come away with 20 wins on the year. Could finish with 21, which would be huge. I don't know how many is the most in franchise history. Let's see. Most wins in Union history. 19, which they did in 2022, and they're at 19 right now, which is so sick. They could break a club record with their next win, which would be on Saturday at home against New York, who are a playoff team. Like, that's going to be a playoff preview. New York's in 3rd place in the East right now with 56 points. So, like, that's going to be a huge game. And your game against Charlotte is also going to be huge. They're a playoff team as well. But the fact that you could walk away with a franchise record in wins at home in front of your home fans for the final time in the regular season would be pretty impressive, pretty awesome in year 1 under Bradley Carnell and company. I would love to see it. This team has been awesome all year long, and I hope the postseason push just continues for them as well. It's a bit longer of a season than what it was back in 22 when they were going on their run then, but they've battled. They have been battle tested. I think they've had a lot of really high highs. They've had very few low lows, which is good, but they've bounced back from those low lows. And I'm excited to see what they do moving forward. It's going to be a ton of fun. DOOP up, baby. If you're going to the game on Saturday, let me know. Would love to bump into you, say what's up. Hopefully I'm going to be able to be there, depending on Red October scheduling, obviously. But nonetheless, we got another good team to root for, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the Union walk away with the supporter shield, walk away with a franchise record in wins this year, and make some noise, and hopefully win an MLS Cup. How you doing? That is all I've got for you guys on this one. Make sure you're following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're on every social platform. You can follow me at KPIZZL311 on Twitter. Subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us those 5-star ratings and reviews. Goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. Helps more people find the show. If you're new, coming over with Seamus Clancy hopping on the show now weekly for the time being, leave us a 5-star review. Say what's up. We'd love to see what you have to say. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. That is where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We are 94 subscribers away from our next 100 subscriber milestone, so let's hit that sooner rather than later. Would love to hit that by my birthday on October the 29th. Keep subscribing, leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, and click that bell icon so you know when new videos go live. And guys, this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. Yes, my hometown, baby. We doing it big here in the city of Vineland. And like I've been mentioning for quite some time now, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet Melissa Joan Hart. Yes, Sabrina the Teenage Witch will be in my city. How you doing, Sabrina? Let's get you on the show. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Melissa Joan Hart, plus fan favorite stars like Dan Parent, the legendary Archie's comic artist and writer, Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo, Splinter, and Baby Sinclair, and Keith Williams, the iconic comic book inker from Marvel, and more. Comics, cosplay, collectibles, and over 6,000 fans. Visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 781, Victory Monday edition, a Gearing Up for Red October edition, a Union are going to win the Supporter Shield edition, and welcoming Seamus Clancy to Underground Sports Philadelphia on a weekly spot edition, and Bad Bunny performing the Super Bowl halftime show edition of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. I will catch you guys on Thursday with Seamus Clancy joining us on the show for his first weekly spot. But until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here. I am signing off. Go Birds, go Phils, go Union. Welcome, Seamus. Shout out Bad Bunny. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.